What's up, tubers, growers, and cannabis smokers? Welcome back to another video. Today we have an unboxing from Grandmaster Level LEDs. It's one of his new lights that are come out. He's sent over. It is the Tarantula Long Leg. We're gonna open the box up, show you guys what's in it, show you how it's packaged. You guys can see the box looks pretty decently packaged and dent free. There's a couple of dings here and there, especially coming from Canada. Soon enough they'll be exporting from the US as well, but the shipping still from Canada only took 5 days or 4 days to get to me, so I was very impressed. But before we dive into that, let's go ahead and give our sponsors a shout out, and we're gonna go ahead and start with grandmasterleds.ca or .com. It don't really matter. You can go to the .ca site and it'll ask you what country origin, and it'll take you to the proper website that you need to be. And of course you can use discount code MEGGROWER1 to get yourself a discount off of one of these sweet ass lights. Next sponsor, go ahead and myself, mg1brands.com. If you're looking for any genetics of any sorts, whether it be snips, clones, or seed packs, go to that website. Everything's on sale right now, you guys. I've cut the prices down because of the times that we're living in. I thought it was the most appropriate thing to do. I'd like to see some other vendors be doing that too as well, and I know there are some. If you're looking for any lights, soon enough my website will be set up with Grandmaster LED lights. I am currently out of used lights on mg1ledlights.com. I have a bunch more of used LED lights that I have laying around. I'm going to go ahead and categorize them in the used section on that website, so stay tuned for that as well. And of course, if you're looking for any pressing supplies, rosinevolution.com. You can head on over there, use MEGGROWER1 as well, and get yourself a discount over there as well. And of course, the nutrients we now use here in the grow is Front Row AG. It has an A, B, and bloom. It's basically a two-part base, with the third part being a bloom in flower, plus they have a silicate and they have a root inoculate product as well. So you can head on over to frontrowag.com, use MEGGROWER1 over there for a discount, and that's actually 20% off there. So I like that. That is 20% off. You can give you guys a decent discount to start out. And of course, if you're looking for any room monitors, pulsegrow.com. Head on over there. You guys can use MEGGROWER1 for a discount as well. And if you're looking for any other genetics besides mine, you can head on over to empirebreedingco.com. Over there, Mr. Tight has all of his genetics and the rest of the guys on there too. And I have stock there as well in case something's missing on my website. So stay tuned for any new products on that website or mine coming up here, hopefully next year, with some new crosses we're working on. So that's it. Alright, here it is, the Tarantula Long Legs from Grandmaster LEDs. You guys, it comes in this big old box. It's like 50 pounds. So be ready for that it is a 50-pound box. But let's see if we can go ahead and start getting this open here. Alright, when you open it up, here is what you are first greeted with right here. Is the Tarantula Long Legs owner manual. I've gone through it. I've checked it out. There's some things in there that I think we should point out. Here being on the very first page, this is where you're going to find all of your stats, you guys. And just to let you know, the testing that we're doing today is going to be in the 120 volts category. GML is actually going to send me some 240 volt outlets, and we're going to switch that over. And when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and film a video on that to show you guys how to switch your outlets over from 120 to 240. It's not that hard, but when you're dropping basically half the amps, it's totally worth it. It's basically half the electric bill. And then if you want to get real crazy and do 277, you can, but it's 2.8 amps and this is 3.2, so you can if you can't, you want. So as we go ahead and look through the rest of the stats here, this is the whole stats page. Tells you the boards are using, the power, everything, the amps, the watt draw, which 740, that's like the same as the Master Veg 6 Veg. This is an 8-bar light. And right here it's going to tell you that the driver is Inventronics, and of course the LEDs are Samsung and Osram, if I'm saying those ones correctly. Of course it's got the dimming knob, the RJ ports too as well. And right there you can see it's IP66 rated, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. And I will tell you, looking over some of these lights, you can see I already have one hanging here. When it's time for warranty, GML has thought of everything, especially when it comes to the driver, and we're going to talk about that. You know, how much easier it's going to be just to be able to unhook a driver and just send the driver box in, you know, without having to send the whole light in. And it's all quick connect disconnections. It's awesome. So, all right. And of course it tells you the weight of the box. And of course you get over here and you can see the spectrum. It lets you see the LEDs they're using, the reds, Osram. It's driver that's in the driver box, okay? That's one kick-ass thing about these lights, the driver box. There are drivers in them. This one has 2 drivers in the box. And of course here's the plugs. Everybody knows about the plugs. More info on the light, the control settings. Of course these are totally set up to go ahead and get a Control Master, which I'm probably going to do, and that'll let you really dial things in with the far red and the white light, and so you don't have to actually come in and manually do it, because I really want to take advantage of the far red setting myself. And of course it's got all the rest of the specs, the dimensions, the weights, the safety warnings. You guys, I haven't went over a book in a long time. It shows you this is a folding fixture, all the contents that come in the little baggie. One other thing that this does show you is actually how to utilize their hanging mechanisms, which I didn't pay attention to that last time when I did the Vulcan video, but you can see that we're using this. Obviously I don't have these perfectly lined up, but this is how Grandmaster LEDs is suggesting you hook it up. Alright, that's why 2 ratchet ropes come in this. And I thought the Vulcan should have 4. But for somebody like me, I will need 4, because I'll need to use a ratchet rope on each connection here to get the most height I can out of my light. If you got higher ceilings, man, I would use it this way, because yeah, it's less ratchet ropes. So that's pretty cool. And it also starts showing you, it shows you exactly how to hook it all up. It shows you how to use these connectors, which they're just like basically push on. You guys will see that in the B-roll. Wayne just pushes them on, they click right on. And to take them off, you just turn them and pull them back out. They're super easy, some of the most easiest connections ever. And like I said, with the driver removal, they make it super easy on that too. You guys see in the B-roll that there's little knobs. It's not screws or bolts that you can take on and off, and then you can pull your driver off and send it in to be serviced. And let's see what else. Yeah, again, just telling you, super easy to push in. How to get it all laid out with the cords, how the power cords all work. Well, I'll show you that. And of course the light spectrums again, and notes. So that's pretty cool. And of course, if you don't already follow Grandmaster Level in his show, he gives you a little card on all of his social media outlets, so you can make sure that you're following him. So there you go. Let's see what's on the back. So that's that for the paperwork. And of course, each package comes with everything that you're going to need. 2 ratchet ropes, the RJ port cords, so you can hook that up, Control Master, stuff like that if you want to use that. The little knobbies to screw your driver on, and of course your hangers. And zip ties to help you keep everything nice and tidy with your cabling. Alright, so here's your connectors. Alright, This one connects into the ballast, which fires up the LEDs, and the other one is your power. So this here's our power, where this cord plugs in, power cord. This other spot right here is for this cord right here. Alright, and then of course this one is for this side. It has all the controls. This is a digital readout here, and I'll let you guys take a look at it right now because we got the other light powering this spot, so we'll take a look at it. So I mean, these are all just real quick push-ons, you guys will see it in the B-roll clip. Alright, here we are at the driver, and you guys can see right here these connections are for the RJ connections to connect to the control master, or you can daisy chain them together. It's pretty cool. So that's what these ports are for. Right now they got these cool little booty covers over them. If I can get closer for you guys to see, and it's not focusing. Yeah. Anyways, there's covers over them so dust doesn't you know, get in and out. So right there you guys can see the digital readout. Obviously this is the dial. We've all seen dials before, and we've seen digital readouts before on ballasts and stuff like that. So it's nice to start seeing it, you know, on drivers, you know, that have a driver box. You know, you can see the percentage instead of just, you know, looking at a dial. Like on the Master 6, that one has a dial, but it shows you what percentage it's on. You know, that's just really probably a really rough guesstimation, but you know, it's probably pretty close. So anyways, we're on 14%, and obviously you just, you know, you dial it up, and as you dial it up, it's just going to start getting brighter and brighter. Right now we're 38%, 40%, 69, 92. This says 100. Of course, the video is not doing it justice, but we are on 100. And believe me, it's blowing my eyeballs out. Blowing them out. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool driver. You know, GML's told me a lot about it. Need some better light in here, I guess. The quick connects are really awesome. That connect to the driver. Just super easy. You just basically, you push them on. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at that. let's start cranking this up. Right now we're at 15% and we're using, looks like 117, well, that's volts. Let's crank through that. That's amps. Right now it's only 1.5 amps at 15%. So let's go ahead and check out the watts. We're at 172 watts right now at 15%. So let's start cranking it up. We'll go right to 50% and stop. Alright, we are at 50%. At 50%, we are 431 watts at 12 inches of height. Alright, this we'll get out the Apergy and we'll start measuring that stuff. But so that's where we're at with watts, hertz, volts. Remember, we're testing at 120 volts, you guys. Now that's amps right there. Okay? So that's our amp rating. Alright, let's go all the way to 100%. Cranking it up, cranking it up. You can see the amps just crank up, or the watts. Amps is what's the most important thing on the lights, you guys. Alright, right there, we're at full blast, 742 watts. The manual says 740. Hey, I get why, you know, factories do that. You know, might as well just say 740 instead of 743 or whatever. So let's go through it. Hertz, volts, amps right there. So we're pulling 6.47 amps. The manual says, I do believe it says it pulls 6.2. So yeah, we're pulling 6.47, which is very similar to the Master 6 of Edge light that we have going on. So you hit the 220, you guys set these up at 220 volts, it's going to be half the amount of amps, so half the amount of, you know, electric bill. So alright, let's go ahead and get out the Apergy meter. Alright guys, you guys have seen me do these readings before. I don't have everything set up super awesome like Margro does, but I do have an Apergy meter, and at the recommended height of 12 inches that it says in the manual, which I highly suggest everyone start out with what your owner's manual says, but as soon as you start seeing bleaching, which whitening of your buds, I would either A, if you can raise your light up, I would raise your light up first. But if you can't and you need to dim it down, or I'd get a yo-yo or something and try to bend the bud away, see if that'll help. But 12 inches is pretty close, but with barred LED light technology, we should be able to get them pretty close. I can feel a little warmth, but it's not like super hot. You know what I mean? I can stick my hand right here and we're good. So right here in the center, our par reading is 1416. It's bouncing a little bit because the light's moving. I got it centered as best as I could here. The light you guys see, and over here as best as I could. Obviously this board is way too small. I'm gonna get a board that's a 5x5 so we can do correct, you know, par readings. So let's go ahead and move the meter right to here. Oh, of course, an Apergy turns off quite quickly because, which is kind of cool. So right there's around the 900 mark, par. You know, basically the same thing. It says 8 873. You guys can see 873. So I imagine we're going to get very similar readings. I mean, close. You can see that this is not perfect. The light goes way over there, so the reading is going to be higher right here just because, and it's 1023, and I'm going to get that all the way down as well. So we're not going to get correct corner readings here because of this board, this setup I got, the size of the light. So I need a 5x5 board, and even one of those cool sidewalls like Mark Rowe has. So you wait, he's gonna get a hold of one of these Tarantulas and he's gonna go through it and talk about all the specs and everything on the light too, and do his little testing that he always does. Let's go ahead and dial this back down to, I'm gonna go ahead and, I do believe we're just on the far reds now. And you guys should have seen that during the B-roll. One other thing about these lights is they are like gel infused, so that's, you know, helps with the IP66. So, you know, if you guys have to do any sort of IPM, you don't really have to worry about your diodes. If I had my one HLG 300B spec down, I could show you what happens to LEDs. Basically, they'll start getting, you know, green corrosion around the diodes if you've sprayed them and they're not IP66 rated. So, but, you know, I'm very impressed with GML. You know, you got little air vents right here in the lights that help keep it cool, if you guys can even see that. It's so black you can't even see it. Maybe from this angle. Oh, there you go. Little air vents right here, all the way down. There's another set down on the other. So on each end, there's air vents over here as well. So that helps keeps things cool. Again, the quick disconnects. What a great feature. But this is pretty cool too. At first, I didn't know what to think about the driver boxes, but now I'm totally on board with the driver boxes. So I hope I didn't miss anything I wanted to go over with this light. This is a very powerful light. It's a 4x, it's a 4 foot by 4 foot. It's rated to cover a 5x5 spot, you guys. And you know, if you hook this up 240 like we're going to, you know, 3.6 amps or whatever it is, that's going to save you some money, especially since we kind of only run on the 120 volt side over here. So I think that's it, you guys. I'm going to end up wrapping this up, but we got more lights coming from Grandmaster level LEDs coming up, you guys. He is showing me some things that are coming up. Even just today, he showed me some designs that they're working on. He's even specially building lights for the grow chambers in here because, you know, he recognizes, I recognize that not everyone has a big room that needs big lights like these. So we're talking like 2x4 lights, you know, things like that. And then budget friendly lights too are going to come in at a great price with a great powerful light, you know, at, you know, basically pretty close to half the cost of a lot of like these lights right here. You know, because this like retails for like $1,200, I do believe. You have to go check his website. Or maybe $1,100, but you know, you can get a discount using my code. And of course, if you're interested and you want to order multiple lights, hit me up and we'll get you into a good price on multiple lights, especially if you're setting up a facility. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. And of course, grandmasterleds.ca, discount code MEGROW1. You guys, peace out. Don't forget to subscribe to all of our social medias, our Instagrams. I'm MEGROWER1. You know, at MEGROWER1 Instagram, at MG1 Seed Company. You guys come on over there. And of course, Grandmaster Levels social medias. We showed you that earlier. So thanks for all the support, you guys. Stay tuned for the next videos. Peace.